So I had the 1M out yesterday just to take it for a little spin, and I ended up hearing a loud pop after my second gear to third gear shift, and it looks like I blew the hell out of the charge pipe. It actually came all the way off, and you can see there's missing plastic on both sides, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one of those. Wonder if there's an upgrade or if I should just get another stock one. It's probably a pretty common part, and I'm guessing it's the same as a 335 as well. But wow, that was fun. This thing is way, way slower than Mr. Wags when it doesn't have turbos. Oh, jeez. I will say, though, the airbox is pretty easy to take off of this thing, and it's like halfway tempting to throw some DCIs on it, even though it's a 1M, and I really don't want to modify it at all, but that's my daily fun. Ugh, this poor rusty thing really needs to go to the body shop. But I actually have it up in the air for the first time, and other than the drain plug on the diff leaking, the thing is actually really, really solid where it counts. Kind of hard to see up everywhere, but especially the front subframe mounts, you really can't see them at all. I guess the front seal of the diff's leaking a little too, but that's pretty common with a car with almost 200,000 miles, but for Minnesota, this thing is really solid. So I'm happy to see that for sure. Normally I get cars up in the air a lot sooner into ownership, but this time just, didn't have time. So anyway, that's pretty fun. Brexit, I'm still fighting that Rally Road oil adapter. I can't remember if I showed you guys that or not, but it takes oil off of the oil pressure location right down in there, and it's supposed to thread upward, but mine threads off to the side. So I got a Street 90 1/8 inch NPT to face upward, and then I'm going to plumb that into my feed line. I just capped my old location there in case I want to do a temperature or whatever later on. So pretty much that, and then I still have to work up the courage to try welding this myself. I did mark it, and it looks like it'll fit perfectly. It's a nice thick cast piece, so I have some hope that I won't just burn right through it, but I haven't welded aluminum before, so you have to wish me luck on that one. Well, I've fixed the Rally Road problem with a straight 1/8 inch NPT, got it through the intake, plumbed it back onto the turbo. Next step, honestly, is just welding up that charge pipe onto, the elbow for the charge pipe onto the turbo. I don't know if I have the balls to do that yet today. And then back over to the 1M. A local friend of mine actually had a Cobb charge pipe, so that's what I'm going to be going with. I know I told you guys completely stock, yada yada yada, but if it's a straight upgrade for a piece of crap plastic, I'm all for the metal replacement. So may toss that in today if I have extra motivation. Still potentially doing a podcast today, so we'll see. But I'm glad to get the oil line at least in there, so if I had to start this thing, I could. It's really nice to not have to push it around, so we'll see. Well, I decided to give it a go. It's not the prettiest thing in the entire world, but it worked, so that's good. Looks like it'll seal just fine, so I'm gonna wire brush it down just a little bit more here, take this plug out, transfer that over, and then maybe toss it on the car. Well, it's in, and it fits. Got the oil line on, so I'm actually gonna fire it up now. Make sure nothing's leaking, specifically down in there. Make sure I've got oil in the turbo, make sure everything looks okay. But beyond that, the only thing I really need is to either extend the length of my little blow-off valve piece here, or get a longer piece of silicone, because right now it's about 1 inch short. So I gotta reach in there and turn the key. Stupid right-hand drive. So I just want to make sure I've got oil pressure in here. But other than that, she's sounding pretty good. Well, my hella crappy IX made it out to Stillwater. Company with Blubzki. Jeez. Kind of a nightmare to get this thing here, but Mr. Wags tows the car trailer like a champ, so that's about all I've got for tonight. Ooh, goodies. Got the TII brake fluid, clutch fluid reservoir. Hate to plug them because it was a terrible deal, but stainless clutch line from Condor Speed Shop, universal throttle cable, and some brake fluid transfer hose. Today, I think I'm just gonna be putting in the clutch line and probably the feed line as well. And then this thing's coming off the lift to do a diff for a customer, but that's gonna be step one, is putting in this here line. Well, there she blows. Not teabag. Got the new hose on there, run up, and then the clutch line down to this here slave cylinder. Didn't touch it. Guess I haven't started it for a while. I could. Man, look how moldy it gets down here. I feel so bad for these beautiful, beautiful M3 seats. I always have to wipe them down. Suppose I should find a new home that's a little better climate controlled. Incredible. Ugh. Smells like your grandma's basement in here. Oh, it's on the interior of the Mercedes again, too. Fun. Now the transmission sounds as garbage as ever, but gotta love how that thing just fires right up. That is an unbelievable clatter coming from that transmission. Oh. America, Germany, whatever. May as well start this thing. I think the diff I need for that E46 that's coming actually in the trunk of this thing, so maybe I'll drive it up there. It's not fair. It starts too nice. Taking the normal way. I'm going up this way, the fun way. Oh, no slop in this linkage at all. That looks like first. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's like living on a farm in the middle of a city. This is great. It doesn't even clunk. Man, this car is an odd combination of piece of crap basket case and awesome. Oh no, the anti-lock light came on. Whatever will I do? Brakes are terrifying. What a machine! there's my diff.